Hi, this is Navigating in Photoshop by Learn to Design. So we're back in Photoshop and there's several ways of navigating within Photoshop. Navigating is basically moving around the image. Firstly, let's open an image. Let me go to our file menu bar on top, go to Open, and here's a nice image of Superman. And so let's go through what options we have in navigating, moving around this image, zooming in and zooming out. If we pay attention to our toolbar on our left and we scroll all the way down to the little hand tool, if you hover your cursor above the hand tool, it'll show you the name, hand tool, and we click on it. It would allow you to maneuver this image, but unfortunately we are at maximum size, so there's no way to maneuver because we see edge to edge here. But if we go a little bit further down and we go to the zoom tool, if we hover again, we see the name zoom tool. We click on that, and then it allows us to, obviously, if we choose an area to zoom into, we could either click once, click again, and it starts zooming in. It doesn't have an option. You'll see normally it has that little triangle that if you hold and release, it gives you subtools, but it doesn't have this in this case. I think the newer Photoshop might have it, but at least you know how to activate it by holding and releasing. However, to zoom out now, all you need to do is hold down the Alt key on your keyboard, and you see the cursor, which is now a magnifying glass with a plus sign, now changes to a magnifying glass with a minus sign or subtraction sign. Let's click once, let's click twice, and if you release the Alt key, it springs back to the plus sign. So you could either zoom in that way. What I find as well is that if you want to zoom in substantially, if I want to zoom into the nose of Superman, I would literally click just past it and drag a little bit towards it, and that helps in the actual zooming of the image. Let's try that again. So if I just click and hold, you'll see it does that nice zoom, and you can actually zoom right up until each little block here is referred to as a pixel. And zoom out again. So that's the one way that we can do it. You can play around with this tool. It really would be beneficial. And okay, let's zoom in because I would like to show you how to use the hand tool. We go back to our toolbar on our left, click on the hand tool, and you'll see that helps us maneuver the image from left to right. If you hold down the Alt key while you got the hand tool, you can actually move it to the zoom tool and the subtraction tool. And if you hold down the command key on your keyboard, it changes to the magnifying tool. And if you release both of them, it goes back to the hand. So that's a nifty little tip. The other way of navigating is if we go to the actual move tool on the toolbar right on top, and you'll see on the sides of the image there's these little scroll bars. So that's another way of, and at the bottom, of navigating through your image. If you go to your file menu bar right on top, and if you go to view, because we want to adjust our view, you can zoom in. Let's go back to file menu bar view. You can zoom out. File menu bar view, you can fit on screen, and file menu bar view, actual pixels. So this is exactly how, or the size that it would be printed as. Print size hasn't changed. So yeah, I've shown you several ways of navigating through your document, you find, just as a tip, there are shortcuts to these tools. So if you were to hover your cursor above any tool on your left hand side, you will notice that there's, in brackets, there's a letter. If you were to punch that letter on your keyboard, you telling the computer that now you want to use that tool. So the hand is H, the zoom tool is Z. So currently now, if I were to punch the Z on my keyboard, it changes to the zoom tool, and if I were to push the H, it changes to the hand tool. And that's it. How to navigate through Photoshop documents, files, when you're working on them.